Welcome back to consecutive day 654 of a diary of a Runpreneur. So please remember that this vlog is part of the Runpreneur Challenge, which is my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon. Find out more about the challenge, how you can support it, check the comments below. Do subscribe to the channel, as any ad revenue we generate will be donated to the charities in full. And if you like what you see, please give it a share, as the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise. Thanks for your support, and let's get started. So, consecutive day 654 of a diary of a Runpreneur, and as you can see, it is raining heavily. It's my first run in the rain for some time. I'm normally quite good at swerving the weather, but today it just got the better for me, and there's no getting out of it. It's pretty torrential today, and it's not stopping anytime soon. So out we come, running in the rain. You know what? I'm actually, although I was dreading it, I'm actually quite enjoying it, because it's not brutally cold as well. It's about 12 or maybe 11 or 12 degrees. So it's not really cold. Yeah, my hands are a little bit cold, but overall it feels quite refreshing. There's nothing worse than being brutally cold and windy and then getting the rain. But you know what? When it's a quite warm temperature and it rains, you don't end up getting so cold. So it doesn't. It can actually be quite an enjoyable experience. But anyway, each to their own. Some people hate it regardless, but you know, I'm in waterproof gear, you know, other than my hair and face, hands and my feet as well. The other downside of running in the rain when I run in Vibrams is that, you know, water seeps through them because they're barefoot style. So it's funny enough, as long as it's not brutally cold again, they end up working a little bit like scuba diving shoes, whereby they get water in and then the water warms up on the warmth of your feet and it kind of creates a vacuum around your feet, a squelchy vacuum. Not the quite grim if you're running, but you know what, I'd rather have a squelch to contend with as long as I'm relatively warm. So yeah, enough about running in the rain. Business wise, had an interesting conversation today with our provider of our rent-to-rent social housing deals, and yeah, it's obviously there's a long way to go, but it's always good to have these conversations and to thrash out processes to make sure you're all on the same page, work out the scope of the opportunity, and you know, be on the same page. If you're on the same page from the very early stages, things are less likely to go wrong. I'm not saying they're not going to go wrong, but they're less likely to if you start off on the same footing. So I had a really good conversation about how we're going to look at what quota we're going to have to work with, and it's given us a bit of a pathway to what we're going to be doing for the foreseeable future. So pretty exciting, because like I say, it is the most simplified business model I've worked in for a long time, and it's also potentially one of the most lucrative and one of the most scalable as well. So all of the issues that happened with the landlord I was working with taking the property back, where there's some lost profit there, when you kind of have meetings like today, it gives you a little bit of a buzz and a push, and gives you a bit more kind of optimism about the future ahead, because entrepreneurship is, it's just a roller coaster of emotions. Your highs are super high, your lows are super lows, and you know, like I say, I think the art is keeping yourself grounded, analysing the information correctly, and not getting too carried away when things are going well, but not being too despondent when things don't go so well. And I think that's what I'm really working hard on at the moment. From a personal perspective, I've been working on automating my house into a smart home. So what I've been working on this week is motion sensors. Now these little bad boys are amazing. So especially if you've got smart switches, which I would say are arguably a necessity with motion sensors if you're trying to make smart lighting, because the problem with lights is if with normal switches, if somebody switches the light off and there's no power getting to the light, you won't be able to automate it. If you have a smart switch, a very simple automation can be just to turn the switch on before automating the light, and that ultimately means that the automations will always work. So that's the power of a smart switch. But anyway, it's quite good fun. I'm only scratching the surface at the moment, just working out, you know, I want simple things at the moment, just simple motion sensors, so that when people go into rooms, lights come on when the light, because these motion sensors pick up the light sensitivity as well. So if the light's below, say, 30 lux, which is the measurement of light, the lights will kick in. So it's really cool, because you're not going to put your lights on during the day, obviously. And then when you leave the room, if no motion is sensed, you can set it for any parameter, but I normally set it for 5 minutes, then it just turns the lights off. Super cool thing. Cupboards, I put door closers on them, not door closers, door sensors on them, sorry, door and window sensors. So if the door opens, it automatically switches on the light. If you close the door, it automatically switches the light off. Little things like that, just feel like little wins. But I'll keep you posted on some more kind of complex automations that as I start to get a bit more familiar with the setup, and I'll keep you posted in future episodes. That's it for me today. Please remember that this vlog is part of the Runpreneur Challenge, which is my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon. Find out more about the challenge, how you can support it, check the links in the comments below. But please remember to subscribe to the channel, as any ad revenue we generate will be donated to the charities in full. And if you'd be so kind to give it a share, the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise. So thanks for your support as always. Stay positive, stay happy, and see you again tomorrow, hopefully in dry conditions.